Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about how to gain muscle the fastest. So basically we are going to talk about how to gain muscle fastest as a beginner, and we talk about how to gain muscle fastest as an intermediate, and we will talk about diet and the training as well. So first of all, how to gain muscle fastest as a beginner: train as much as possible. So obviously overtraining is a thing, but as a beginner, your muscle groups are probably will respond much better to training and will probably respond much better to training. So I would highly recommend to do a full body split, 3 days, even 4 days. So train as much as possible, train hard and good, with good forms, good execution, and learn the movements, learn the basics. You can run a 3-day SBD split. I think one of the best splits that you can run as a beginner, because SBD, squats, bench and deadlift are going to give you all the leverage that you need and give you all the knowledge that you need in terms of your body, give you all the things that you need to develop when you are doing those lifts. And obviously you can do accessory works like lat pull down, pull ups, dips and all kind of stuff. But as a beginner, to gain the fastest, I would use more compound and less isolation works. Now, as an intermediate, you have to gain the fastest with, in my opinion, isolation work and with works that focus on your weak points, because probably you will not gain super much and super big size super fast, especially as a natural. As an advanced lifter who are looking fucking great, we probably have a few weak points that you should be catching up with the other points of your body, and this is what I would focus on. So for example, for me, my back is a weak point, so I will do more volume on my back and lower other volumes in order to have the space and the rest and all kind of stuff towards my back and towards my back training. So I'm not gonna focus on my fucking biceps, I'm gonna focus on my back training. So in the end, don't do too much, because it's not gonna result in better results in training, especially when you are an advanced or an intermediate. The best approach you can do is less is more. So do less, but do it perfect. As a beginner, you don't have to do it 100% perfect, but I would try to aim for 100% perfect, because that's how you learn. So if you can, you should be doing it 100%, and you should be aiming to do it 100%, and use compound lifts as a beginner. Compound exercises like dips, pull-ups, deadlift, squat, bench, and other compounds. Okay, and now let's talk about food and nutrition. Basically, so how to grow fastest: eat as much as possible. Now, this is going to be controversial, but obviously bulking is the best way to grow as fast as possible. Now, you probably don't want to get fat, so the best way to grow is to eat as much as possible. Now, fat and big is not the same thing. Fat and muscular is not the same thing, so you don't want to get fat. Obviously, you want to get bigger by putting on muscle. Now, this is not that simple. You just eat a little bit more. So, the thing is, the best way to put on muscle as fast as possible is to be on a caloric surplus that doesn't put you in a big surplus that will result in fat gain, but doesn't put you in a small surplus that will result in no gain. So you have to find a happy medium that will put you a little bit of fat on, but put you muscle as well. So obviously the more you eat, the more muscle you will gain, but you have to compromise a little bit. So I would recommend doing and starting out with a 200 to 300 calorie surplus and then upping that every 3 or 4 weeks or so, or even faster if you can handle it. So if you are not gaining weight, then up your calories. That's fucking it. And if you cannot eat that much amount of food, drink a shit ton of calories. That's the easiest way, especially for beginners. Drinking calories, obviously not optimal, but who the fuck cares? Just eat your protein and drink others. That's the best way you can do it. In my opinion, the most efficient way and the most time effective way and the easiest way to do. As a hard gainer, you can just drink 1000 or 1000, even 1500 calories, fucking easy, and eat the rest. And 3000 calories might not be sufficient, then eat more. That's fucking it. So basically, drinking your calories as a hard gainer is a pretty fucking easy job to do, in my opinion. So this is what you should be doing. Obviously, if you're an advanced lifter, you probably have an optimized diet plan. So like, you just gotta follow it, and that's it, basically. And as I said, 200 to 300, and boosting up with 200 to 300 every 3 or 4 weeks. If you plateaued, then boost it up again. If you're not plateaued, then just leave it there and you can cruise it on it. Obviously, if you see you get fat, then probably you should take back a little bit, but that's it. So it's a pretty fucking simple process. You just look at the mirror. If I get fat, then lower my calories. If I get too high, if I don't get fat, or if I don't gain weight, up my calories. That's pretty much, it's the easiest way, and I think it's the best way in order to increase your metabolism and or gain muscle as fast as possible. Okay, so to sum it up, for beginners, train as much as possible. I highly recommend full body splits 4 or 3 times a week with compound exercises, and eat as much as possible to gain weight, 200 to 300 calories surplus first of all, and then up it every 3 or so weeks and gain muscle according to it. Obviously you will gain some fat, but not too much. Try to aim to not get fat, okay? Time to aim to not get fucking fat. For advanced lifters, I would recommend on weak point training and more isolation work and figuring out what is the best exercises for you and for that muscle group. So yeah, and for nutrition, just optimize your diet plan and eat sufficient enough protein. Obviously, if you're 160 pounds, eat 160 grams of protein and eat, drink or fucking shit out the rest of the calories. I don't care, just eat it, okay? It's not big of a deal. So eat as much as possible and train as hard as fucking as you can. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found this informative and learned a lot, and yeah, I see you in the next one.